Welcome to One Chemistry. Always do your best. Now, let us see 30 smart tricks to master in the chemistry. These tricks makes the chemistry very simple and easy. Stay tuned for the tricks. Let us see the first tip here, R and S configuration. Normally the people will confuse R and S means clockwise or anti-clockwise in stereochemistry. But this is very easy if you remember two diseases, which is cancer and AIDS. Cancer start with C, end with R. AIDS start with A, end with S, which represent the configuration. Cancer means C, which is clockwise, end with R, so it means R. Similarly, AIDS start with A. Similarly, AIDS which start with A, which is anti-clockwise, represent S. Let us see the next tip, which is in thermodynamics. Often people will confuse what is the spontaneous reaction. Spontaneous reaction, delta G should be negative, meaning free energy change should be negative. Similarly, the entropy change, which is delta S, should be positive. Often people will confuse whether delta G is positive or delta S is negative for spontaneous reaction or not. But it is easy to remember. Suppose you are writing the word negative, there will be G there. Similarly, if you are writing the word positive, S will be there. So it is easy to remember delta S will be positive, delta G will be negative. Next tip is about magnetism. Often people confuse that the lone pair is paramagnetic or paired electron is paramagnetic or not. So normally the paramagnetic means lone pair electron, diamagnetic means paired electron. People often confuse this, but it is very easy to remember. The word diapair. It is an ugly example, but it works. So diapair. Dia means paired electron, dia pair. So diapair. So easy to remember. The next tip will be Zaitsev and Hofmann rule. These are very important rules in the organic chemistry. People often confuse this. Zaitsev rule means the elimination prefer more substituted alkene. Hofmann means it is less substituted alkenes. The trick will be like word say more Kopfless. Say more means the Zaitsev rule more substituted will form. Kopfless means Hofmann less substituted will form. Next trick will be electrochemical series. Petrochemical series normally suggest whether the ligand is strong field or weak field. People often struggle to memorize the whole series, but it is very easy to remember. The trick is first halogen, next oxygen containing ligands, then nitrogen containing ligands and back bonding ligand. Back bonding ligands are only two, which is cyanide and carbonyl. So it's easy. Next tip will be E and Z notation. E and Z notation coming in stereochemistry, which normally says whether high priority groups are opposite side or same side. Opposite side means people will write as E, same side means people will write as Z. Z. So people often confuse this, but it's easy to memorize. E means enemy, which is opposite side. Z means same. So it's very easy. E means enemy, means groups are higher priority groups are in opposite side. Z means same side. Next tip will be stability of carbanion and carbocation. Normally in anion primary is stable, cation tertiary is stable. People so much confuse this one. Everyone confuse this one, but it's easy to memorize, which is A, B, C. Okay, A means 1, right? A means anion. B means 2, C means 3. So C stands for cation, C stands for tertiary. So it is very easy to remember from the word ABC and 1, 2, 3. For A, anion primary. For C, cation tertiary. Next tip will be Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that V equal to IR. This is a very basic law. People often confuse this, but it is very easy to memorize. The word virus. whereas the first three letter represents the Ohm law, which is V equals I multiplied by R. So it's easy, virus. Next trick is cis and trans configuration. This cis and trans configuration will come in the double bonded system. In double bonds, the functional groups are in same side means cis, opposite side means trans. Normally, the beginner will confuse this. So it's easy to remember. You have to remember the word cis, which is C. It's a C bent towards nearby, meaning both functional groups are nearby. So it is like cis means this word C join the two groups. So cis means functional groups are same side, trans means functional groups are in opposite side. Next tip will be on finding P and N semiconductor. Normally people confuse the doping. Whether silicon doped with boron forms P type or N type. Similarly, silicon doped with nitrogen forms N type or P type. How we can avoid this confusion? We can easily understand from the fact that metal valency plus valency of the dopant. Everybody know chemistry octet is stable. So if you dope one valent atom to another valent atom, valency 7 comes mean it is 1 electron less for 8, so which is P type, because one hole will be there, it is P type. Similarly, you dope 4 electron valent atom from N electron valent atom, which is 5, mean you are getting the total electron count as 9, which is 1 electron excess from 8, which is N type. So 1 electron excess mean N type, 1 electron less mean P type. Next tip is on very basic thing, which is SN1 reaction. SN1 reaction always occurs in the primary carbon as well as inversion in configuration occurs. People always confuse this, which is easy to memorize from the word that one sniper. 1 stands for SN1, sniper SNS, it stands for nucleophilic substitution, I stands for inversion, PR is for primary carbon. So it's easy to remember one sniper mean S1 reaction goes by inversion with primary carbon. The same thing can be applied to the SN2 reaction. The next tip will be SN2 reaction always racemize with tertiary carbon. So 2 rats. 2 stands for SN2, RA stands for racemization, T stands for tertiary carbon. It is easy, no confusion. 2 rat and 1 sniper. Next tip will be on crystal system. 7 crystal systems are there, which is cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic, so far and so forth. For any fundamental understanding, you should memorize those 7 crystal systems, which is very hard. People often hesitate to memorize, but here it is possible. You have to remember the word C term there. C stands for cubic, which is the word ACEE, and term, first letter is T, which is triclinic, then O orthorhombic, then M monoclinic, then there T will be triclinic, H will be hexagonal, R will be rhombohedral. This word formation is easy, and from that you can derive the 7 crystal system. It is so easy. Next step will be the calculation of dipole moment. Often the problems are coming from the dipole moment, so you should know the formula n into n plus 2 and the calculation. It is very easy to do because the total value of the n into n plus 2 will be equal to the lone pair of electron. Okay, suppose you have one lone pair of electron, what will be the dipole moment mean? N into n plus 2, right? 1 into 1 plus 2, which is equal to 1.41, which is 1. Similarly for 2 it will come 2.8 is like 2, 3 means 3, 4 means 4. This is very important. Why? Because sometimes people will give dipole moment and ask how many lone pairs will be there. Reverse also it will be helpful. If you have dipole moment 4, there will be 4 per electron. It's easy. Next tip will be Markovnikov rule. Markovnikov rule is very important reaction in chemistry. Everybody should know. What Markovnikov rule is? Negative ion added to the most substituted carbon. So this rule people are often confused with Markovnikov rule and anti-Markovnikov rules. From this trick you can easily remember Markovnikov rule. The word will be no member shall cheat. It's normally for exam. So no member shall cheat. So N stands for negative, M stands for most, S stands for substituted, C stands for carbon. So easy, zero confusion here. Next step will be the strength of bonds. Normally the questions are from the competitive exam often ask this: which bond is stronger? The most strong bond is ionic bond. The weaker one will be van der Waals bond. So how we can memorize? Here the word can help you, which is I can't handle the dirty word. First letter of each word represents the types of bonding. So first comes ionic, then covalent, then hydrogen bond, then dipole, then van der Waals. Easy. Only you have to memorize the word. The confusion will be zero here. Next tip will be on electron movement. This will help you mostly in electrochemistry. Normally the electron is flow from anode to cathode. So this is very hard to memorize. People often confuse. This can be easily memorized from the fact that A, B, C, D, E, F. A means anode, B is silent here, C is cathode, D is direction, E is electron, F is flow. So easy, zero confusion, it will help you a lot. Next tip is very important thing to solve the problem, which is ortho and para director. So you have to always know that which group direct to the meta position in benzene ring, which groups will direct to the para position or ortho position. It is easy to memorize POP MOM. Okay, POP means plus inductive effect, ortho and para. MOM MM means minus inductive effect, meta. So M and M. So it's easy to memorize POP MOM. Next tip is based on the inductive effect and stability of anion and cation based on the inductive effect. This is very important. Every competitive exam will ask this question. So where the cation is stable, where the anion is stable. Normally the positive inductive effect stabilizes the positive charge, negative one destabilizes it. Similarly for the negative it is equally opposite. So but it is easy to memorize from the trick that positive inductive effect stabilizes the positive charge, negative inductive effect stabilizes the negative charge, and vice versa. You remember only this: positive to positive, negative to negative. It is easy and zero confusion. But you have to memorize plus I groups and minus I groups. Next tip will be on free energy. Free energy formula is delta G equals delta H minus T multiplied by delta S. So how we can memorize this formula? From the word good honey taste sweet. So first letter is G, H, T and S. So delta G equals delta H minus T delta S. It is easy and catchy. Next tip is electrode and charge. In electrochemical cells, left side is anode and oxidation will be happen there. Similarly, right side will be the cathode, radiation will be happen there. So, what is the catch here? How we can memorize without confusion? Easy. Lone. Left side oxidation, anode negative. Very easy to remember. Opposite will be true. Right side, very exact opposite. Same. Right side is exact opposite of this. So, you have to remember the word lone. Left side oxidation, anode negative. Easy. Next tip is hydrogen bonding. So hydrogen bonding normally occur in the fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen containing atoms. So how we can memorize? Skittler is speaking in phone. H stands for hydrogen. Phone means fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen. This is very common thing to memorize. So easy. Hydrogen bonding, phone. Next tip will be on Lewis acid. Lewis acid and base is a very basic concept which will help you to master the chemistry. But the problem is people often confuse that acid means whether it's accept the electron or donate the electron. Same thing, base means it's accept the electron or donate the electron. But it can be easily memorized through the word acid accept the electron, the AA. So acid accept the electron. The reverse will be for the base. It's easy. Next tip will be based on exothermic and endothermic. This is a very basic thing in chemistry, whether the heat is exit from the system or enter from the system. It's easy to remember from the English that if heat is enter means it is endothermic, if heat is exiting means exothermic. So endo and exo come from the word enter and exit. Next tip will be on Schottky defect. Normally the scientist word and defects are often confusing because the words are very new to us. Here these tricks can help you. Scotty defect means the vacancy and hole of anion and cation. Similarly, Frankel defect means metal run and hide inside the interstices. So it can be easily remember the word from Scotty, which is O is there, which is hole. Similarly, Frankel, which is R is there, which is running metal. So easy to remember. Harty and Frankel, the word O means hole, R means running from metal. The O is like hole, so it's Scotty. Next tip, fusion and fission. Fusion and fission is the basic process in nuclear chemistry. People often confuse which is fusion, which is fission. In fission and fusion, the second letter is the keyword here. If second letter is U in fusion, right? If the second letter is U, it's union. Second letter is I, it is individual. So, fusion and fission. Fusion U, which is union of atom. Fission I, it is individual becoming. So, it is easy. Fission and fusion. The next trick will be on energy and the electromagnetic spectrum. Normally the electromagnetic spectrum is the important thing. Often you categorize with the energy. So gamma ray have highest energy, then X-ray, then UV. Finally the radio waves will come. This thing is very hard to memorize. So what we can do? Here the trick for you. It is acoustics. Good xylophones use very interesting musical rhythm. Here first letter of the each word is important, which represent the waves. So first one is G, which is gamma, xylophone is X, which is X-ray, U is U, so on and so forth. It's easy to memorize the entire order. Next tip is very important one. Often people are confusing with which one is poison, cyanide or cyanide. So it is easy because I ate, I die, the word you should remember. I ate means die. The cyanide come with the word I. So I ate, I die. Cyanide, if you eat, you will die. So, I ate, I die, you should memorize. Next tip is on reduction and oxidation. It's a very basic concept. People often confuse whether electron losing is oxidation or gaining is oxidation. It is easy to remember because the easy acronym is LEO says GER. LEO is the popular line, it says GER. Okay. So LEO means loss of electron is called oxidation. GER, gaining of electron is reduction. So easy to remember. LEO says GER. The final trick will be cation and anion. For chemistry students it's okay. For other guys you can confuse easily whether cation means positive charge or anion means negative charge. Easy to remember. Cation, the word T comes in the middle, so which represent the positive charge. Similarly, the anion, the word N will come, which represent the negative charge. So, easy to remember, you have to look at the words cation and anion. That's all from me today. I hope all the tricks was easy. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestion, comment below.